It's the first day of the fair, the Benton Franklin Fair and Rodeo, and so that's what we're going to celebrate today, right here on Meet in the Middle. We have got 3 guests in our studio today. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I got to turn my audio down a little bit. Wow, what was that, man?
Okay. I cranked it up.
Did you crank it? All right. I have Janine staying in our studio. She is the National Anthem girl. And what is that? Well, we're going to find out. We have Dave Redder. He's with Windermere Real Estate Kennewick, and he's very involved in helping to bring Janine here. We also have Rowdy Berry. A lot of people in the Tri-Cities know this guy. He is a bullfighter, but did you know he's an artist as well? And he's a rancher. We'll have a great opportunity to find out what he's up to these days too. So, very first thing, Janine, welcome to our show. Welcome to Tri-Cities.
Thanks for having me here. I love coming here.
Good. And you've been here before?
I have.
When was that?
It was last October. I was here for a event where Dave Redder from Windermere had brought me out to sing for a patriotic event. And then I also was out here for another event for a Vietnam veteran as well.
Wow. How do you keep all that straight? Because, you know, I went on your website. I looked at your schedule.
I refer to my website, too.
You must have to be, you know, what day is it and what city am I in?
I woke up the other day and I wasn't sure if I was in my bedroom or a hotel.
Okay.
But that happens.
That is kind of fun, though. Well,
yeah.
Tonight you're singing the national anthem at the Wrangler Champions Challenge. It starts at 7 o'clock tonight at the fairgrounds.
Yes, I'm very excited about that. I love rodeos.
So you sing the national anthem probably, I don't know, I'm going to say 365 times a year with everything else. I mean, you must sing it a lot.
I just sang it about 2 weeks ago. Well, July 31st through to August 1st, I sang it 24 times, so hourly for an entire day. So it was once an hour.
Once an hour.
It was in Dana Point. Yeah, and then I caught a red-eye from California to New York. It was for a benefit to help wounded soldiers.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
But very tiring. Okay, when did you first start singing the national anthem?
When I could remember my brother yelling at me that I was practicing too much when I was like, 15, I guess. But the first time I really sung it publicly was at a high school homecoming game. And I was very nervous. That first time I sang it. I was holding onto the microphone wire so tight. I went to my mom and I was like, I can't open my hand.
You can't open your fist. You were that nervous.
Yeah, but it's all good now.
Yeah, so you sing it so many times and in front of so many audiences that it's no big deal anymore. And I would imagine that gives you the freedom to really get into the song and enjoy it.
I think it allows me to feel it, because I'm not caught up in oh my gosh, what does it sound like, or what am I doing, or who's looking at me. I can really focus. I always purpose to focus and find somebody who has served. You could always tell who they are. They're always standing at attention, saluting, singing along. And those are who I focus on because they're the people who represent that song. And it's my honor to sing it with as much respect as possible because it's if it weren't for them, we couldn't sing the song.
Absolutely. It's a very, very difficult song to sing. It's got high notes, low notes, difficult lyrics. A lot of people have become extra famous from screwing it up. Does that ever concern you? I mean, this is a tough song.
It's a tough song. I think like anything else, the more you do it, the more you just kind of become one with it. I don't do the vocal acrobats like a lot of people try to do. I think it's so important for people to be able to sing along. Because it allows them to be a part of the moment. So I sing it the way it's supposed to be sung, which is still not, it's not easy, but,
No, it's no.
Yeah.
It's not easy. First of all, evidently you got to start out low so you can get to the high note. I mean, geez, yes, yeah. Okay. So those of us, that are kind of monotone, we just enjoy singing the song. Absolutely.
There you go. Hand over your heart.
Yes. So you went on this quest to sing it in all 50 states. Why was that? What was that all about?
Well, I had figured out one day that I sang in about 6 or 7 states, and it was again for the sole purpose to say, well, let's say this. I watched Saving Private Ryan when I was younger and was thinking, goodness gracious, like these people, that ending line, earn this, earn it. I said, I need to do everything I can to earn it. And I knew if I joined the military, it would be more like Saving Private Benjamin for me, for those that remember Saving Private Ryan. So what I decided was every time I sang the song, I'd do it with everything I had, everything I got. I just started doing that, then saw that I had sung in a couple different states and said, you know, nobody's ever sung it in all 50 states. Why don't I do that? I had no idea what that would entail. And but it changed my life. It was an incredible experience, and I got to meet so many people that I will never forget.
You just finished it when?
Almost a year ago today, in 3 days. August 28th, 2014, I was, my last state was Tennessee. It's for the Tennessee Titans versus the Minnesota Vikings in LP Field.
That's pretty special. Is this the recording that we have?
Yes,
this,
it is.
This is
the
it?
50th state.
Yes. All right. Here, John, we're going to play this, and then when it's complete, we'll go to break. But I want to give people a chance to hear what this is all about. So this is you telling us again. Tell us again where you're singing this.
This was State 50, Nashville, Tennessee, LP Field. Tennessee Titans versus the Minnesota Vikings game, and you'll probably hear some wind and rain because I'll tell you that story.
Oh, yeah, we'll hear that on the other side.
Okay.
Oh, I want to hear that. Okay, hold on here. Welcome back to Meet in the Middle. I'm Christine Brown. My guest today is Janine Stang, and she's known as the National Anthem Girl. If you were with us right before the break, we played her performance at her 50th state. She sang the national anthem in all 50 states. So what you didn't get to see, of course, because this is radio, is that it is pouring rain. And so, you know, I looked at that last night on your website or YouTube, I don't know which one, and I just thought, my gosh, how can you sing in that? I mean, it was coming down.
Yeah, it was really singing in the rain for real. It was an interesting thing because I would always tell people, like reporters, like, oh, what's the weather going to be like at this, you know, specific state I was in? And I'd be like, don't worry about it. Whenever I sing, it doesn't rain. And it really hadn't. The only time when I was in Wisconsin, Milwaukee, it rained, but I was in the covered stadium in Miller Park. So I was like, yeah, it's never going to rain, because I couldn't have that situation happen where the event got canceled, and then now what do I do? I was working against the clock. I needed to finish because the national anthem turned 200 on September 14th, and it was my goal to finish by then. So any kind of like blip in weather was not going to work for me. And it was funny, that morning I remember I was in a TV studio and had just done an interview, and the host said, oh gosh, I don't know, you know, you think how do you think the weather's going to be? I'm like, it's not going to rain. Don't worry, even if it looks like it's going to rain, it's not. Well, there I was on the sidelines, and the clouds started to come in. Then it started to basically torrential downpour. And this was around the same time as the ALS Ice Bucket Challenge, so it looked like the entire stadium completed the challenge together. It was interesting. But the funny thing is that that earlier that morning, my mom passed away it'll be 4 years ago this December. And I remember I was getting ready in the morning, and I said to God, can you just let my mom know I finished? I'd love for her to know that I did this. And I remember somebody on my Facebook page, after that photo, there's an image of all the rain and the wind. Somebody wrote, they were tears of joy from the people in heaven.
Oh, yeah,
and
that's nice.
I had tears, and I was like, oh my gosh, that's just like my mom. An Italian mom is not somebody that's just going to like drop a little, like, here you go, honey, that's good. Like, it was like, you know, and it hit me, and I just said, wow, this is, it was special to me, and I just thought of her, you know, knowing that she was there with me for that moment.
So all is good. You can sing in the rain.
I can sing in the rain.
So a lot of what you do right now is an effort to really throw the spotlight on military service. Why is that?
Because they, as I said before, they embody the meaning of the song. If it wasn't for them, we couldn't sit in a seat and watch a game and feel safe. If it wasn't for them, our flag would not still be there today. And I think that if we are able to, if I could use the word humanize, if that's the right way, to really realize that the American flag is one of the top 3 symbols of America and our freedom. So to spotlight them is to spotlight that. I always say gratitude is the core of patriotism. If we're not grateful to those people who put their lives on the line every day, and their families who are standing behind them, what do we have? You know, so that's why I do that. And having, you know, I don't have anybody direct that was like, oh, your dad was a war hero or something like that. But how I feel is, I like to say, I represent the large section of Americans who may not have that direct connection, but still 100% support and respect our military. And that's what I think is so important to highlight, really.
You'll be here. I know you open up an opportunity for people to write cards that you make sure get to military folks. What else do you do?
People can, so at each stop, when I was going through the different states, people could come up and sign. In fact, at the rodeo today, come 4 o'clock to 6:30, I'll have a table at the main gate. You can sign in your own writing, in your own words, say thank you, and it'll go into an Operation Gratitude Care Package. People can do that even if you're not in the rodeo today. You can send an email to admin@nationalanthemgirl.org. I will send you 10 cards that are blank, and you write them out and send them back to me, and they go into a care package. It's just, it keeps it alive. I mean, and those moments are important just for the military, the person who's deployed, or the veteran to read it, as the person that's writing it. It creates an experience that you can't forget.
It's got a good double meaning.
Yeah.
Hey, our phone number, if you want to join in our conversation today, ask a question, make a comment, 547-8726. And you told me right before we started today that you are focusing a lot of your attention today also on the firefighters here in Washington who are under some very, very difficult and strenuous situations. What will you be doing to highlight firefighters?
Well, this is what's so awesome about America and Americans. Dave Redder, who's sitting right next to me, he was keeping me posted with what was going on with the fires. And at the time I was in Colorado, and I was taking pictures of mountains saying, well, why is all this haze? I didn't know there were fires. I was didn't have good reception. When I found out it was really coming from these fires out here, I said, what can we do? And somebody like Dave is not somebody that's like, I don't know, let's wait and see what somebody does. We literally were back and forth texting each other and saying, okay, we got to do this. So I started this back when I sang, a couple of weeks ago, when I sang the anthem for 24 hours straight. I auctioned that flag off. I had a veteran hold the flag next to me each time I sang. This time what we're going to do is, thanks again to Dave, we're going to go to the Kennewick Fire Department. The flag that's over that department right now is going to be taken down. We're going to sing the national anthem. We're going to take that flag, fold it up, and we're going to have a firefighter, I just found this out, stand next to me at the rodeo. I'll have a GoFundMe campaign. Money that comes in all will go to the victims as well as the firefighters' families, there are 3 that died and 1 that's severely burned. Since I'm a nonprofit, I'll get that money over to the Windermere Foundation Wildfire Fund as well as the other 3 families. So that is what I feel is, this is so patriotism is nice, but it's actually saying let's do something about it, and that's what I'm trying to do.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Like that. All right. People can look forward to that. We've got a caller on the line right now. Let's add you to our conversation. How you doing today?
I have not, and that is just because we are only able to sing for 90 seconds. Typically, there's a lot of time constraints. But are you able to sing all 4 verses? Awesome.
Good. Don't do it today, but that's really
They're
that's
all
really
really
great.
important. That's a very, very good question.
Yeah, that's great. Thank you. What else? Tell me, what else do you like to sing? You have to be singing more than just the national anthem.
Of course, yes. I have
Yes.
a couple albums out, but it's funny because I also, well, shockingly, I sing God Bless America, American Beautiful.
Yes, good.
Amazing Grace. I sang that at Arlington National Cemetery. That was one of the hardest times
Oh.
to sing. Looking at gravestones that, men, women born after me and died before me. That was tough. I have a couple albums out, but really the last couple of years, this has been my main focus. But I love listening to other, Faith Hill's, and it has an amazing rendition of Whitney Houston.
What's your favorite? I know that.
I love Whitney. I love
Yeah.
Faith Hill. I like it when they keep it the way it should sound. I think that's important. It's not my song, it's not their song, it's our song.
Mhm.
And that's what I think is so important.
That's good. Dave Redder is with us right now. Where did you learn of Janine? Because Windermere has sponsored bringing her in, or you have, I don't know which, but at any rate, she's here. How did you learn about that?
Well, she did an event last year, and I heard about it, and we were doing, as Janine said, something patriotic, and so we connected and did some research, as you did, and I think she'd be perfect. And what Janine just said, I think I fit kind of right into that demographic that I was not in the service, never served. The police and the fire people, they go out and they risk their lives every day, and all we do is try to make a living and help people, and it's an honor for us to be able to bring Janine in and have her do what she does. We feel it's a way we can give back and help.
Mm-hmm. Well, I know there's another event that she's coming back, and it's not too far off. So tell us about that, Dave.
That's the FOP, Fraternal Order of Police, has their 9/11 ceremony. It's going to be September 11th at 6 o'clock, and Janine will be coming and singing for that event as well. She's also going to be doing the flag that's at that memorial will be taken down and replaced, and she will be auctioning that flag off as well. So we're looking forward to that being a wonderful event.
That's great. What do you perceive for the next 5 years of your life? You've made a career basically of singing, and that's what you want to do, going from place to place and singing this national anthem?
Yeah. I wouldn't say it's a career. I'd say it's a...
You fell into it, but it's working out nicely.
You know what? I think it's just that I see a need. I see that there is a voice out there. There are a lot of people out there. I've lived on the East Coast, and now I live on the West Coast, but there are a lot of people in the middle as well who have a lot of amazing things to say. And I feel like I know where those voices are, and I can find them. What I'd love to do is have a show to really showcase that America is beautiful and Americans are beautiful. I just feel like this is a platform that thankfully I've been able to build, and it's been through the people that follow me on Facebook and Twitter and support what I'm doing. And it's not because of, it's like, oh wow, she's doing it. They're helping me because they're saying we need this. Mm-hmm. So next 5 years, I would love to keep going with what I'm doing, and anytime that I show up at an event, people know that there's going to be somebody that's embodies the meaning who's going to be helped by this. I'm writing a book about the experience geared towards younger girls, maybe like 11-year-olds, so they know the states and different areas of the country, but then talking about it sort of like a travel journal, different lessons I learned and different people I met. So
well, that sounds great. NationalAnthemGirl.org.
That's right.
Is that right?
Yes.
O-R-G.
Also speaking too.
And speaking.
Yeah.
Okay, good. It's a voice that really needs to be heard, because when I listen to a lot of pundits today, there's an awful lot of talk about we're terrible as a country and everything has fallen apart, and I don't think that most people would agree with that, but it's sure the line that's out there. So your voice today is really, really important.
Thank you. And I haven't seen that. When I go through the country, I see people who 100% love this country. My dad always used to tell me when I first learned how to drive, when you're driving, don't look at where you don't want to go, look where you want to go. So my thing is to try to, yes, it's important to address issues, but it's also important to say, wait, we have something amazing here. Don't trash it.
Don't trash it. All right. Good way to end it. Janine Stang, National Anthem Girl. She's performing tonight. She'll sing the National Anthem at the Wrangler Champions Challenge, 7 o'clock tonight at the fairgrounds. Thanks for joining us. We're back in a moment.